Early Life and Education of Aleister Crowley. Introduction. Welcome to the fascinating story of Aleister Crowley's early life and education, where we delve into the events and influences that shaped the man who would become one of the most enigmatic figures in modern occultism. Crowley's journey began in a deeply religious household, but rebellion and curiosity set him on a path that would lead to a life of mysticism, controversy, and self-discovery. Birth and early years. Aleister Crowley, born Edward Alexander Crowley, came into the world on October 12, 1875, in Royal Leamington Spa, Warwickshire, England. His family was both religiously devout and financially comfortable, thanks to his father's success as a brewer. Edward Crowley Sr., beyond his business acumen, was a fervent preacher dedicating much of his time to spreading the teachings of the Plymouth Brethren, a strict Christian sect. Strict Christian upbringing. The Crowley household was steeped in religious tradition. The Plymouth Brethren adhered to conservative and rigid moral values, which shaped every aspect of family life. Crowley's father, as a traveling preacher, became a central figure in Aleister's early understanding of religion. His mother, Bertha Bishop, further reinforced these strict teachings, ensuring that young Edward was immersed in the doctrines of their faith. Despite this, Crowley often found himself at odds with the teachings and rules of the Plymouth Brethren, creating an internal tension that would define much of his formative years. Tragedy struck the Crowley family when Edward Sr. passed away in 1887. Aleister was just 11 years old, and the loss profoundly impacted him. Without the guiding presence of his father, Crowley began to openly question the religious framework that had dominated his childhood. This period marked the beginning of his disillusionment with Christianity and the start of his search for alternative paths to understanding life and the universe. As he entered his teenage years, Crowley's rebellion against Christianity became more pronounced. He defied the moral standards of the Plymouth Brethren and openly rejected their teachings. Crowley's mother, appalled by his behavior, labeled him the Beast, a name derived from the Book of Revelation. Instead of being offended, Crowley embraced the moniker, using it as a badge of honor to symbolize his break from conventional religion. Emerging interests. Crowley's dissatisfaction with traditional faith spurred him to explore new intellectual and spiritual interests. He developed a deep love for literature, particularly poetry, where he could channel his creative energy. Simultaneously, he became fascinated with mysticism and the occult. These early explorations laid the foundation for the philosophies and practices that would later define his life. Conclusion of early life and education. Aleister Crowley's formative years were a battle between the strict religious upbringing imposed by his family and his growing need to forge his own path. The death of his father, combined with his natural curiosity and rebellious spirit, set him on a journey of self-discovery and spiritual exploration. These early experiences were the crucible in which Crowley's identity as a mystic and occultist began to take shape. Closing statement? Crowley's early life and education give us a glimpse into the making of a man who would go on to challenge societal norms and reshape the world of mysticism and spirituality. His story is one of rebellion, curiosity, and the relentless pursuit of knowledge, setting the stage for the extraordinary life that lay ahead.